Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good afternoon, lovely people. How are you all doing? Hope you're well. It's a big one coming up for the weekend, bro. Merseyside derby, war on the pitch. Last Merseyside derby has really added a lot of fuel to this fire for this Merseyside derby. Obviously, remember what happened in the last one. The Virgil van Dijk situation, the Thiago tackle, the fact that we had a goal ruled offside when it shouldn't have been in the dying moments of the game. Just a really, really tough result to take that, as let's be honest, impacted the whole season.
Yeah.
So, how do we go about this one, bro? How are you feeling about this game?
I'm feeling more confident because we won our last game in the Champions League. I know it ain't the Prem, but we won a game in it. Like,
yeah.
And let's be real. I think up until that point, I think it was 3 wins in 12 or something mad like that. But I'll be real with you. We need to absolutely smash Everton. Like, we need to break them. You see what they've done to us in the game, obviously, the beginning of the season. It's a revenge thing. I'll be honest with you, Cal. It's a revenge thing. And when I say revenge, I don't mean, destroy them, so to speak. I'm talking about, like, let's just put them to the sword and deal with them, innit? Because they love to talk too much. They got away with a lot. And Everton think that they're big and better than what they are, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, they're having a decent season. I will say that. But again, we're Liverpool, and we just got to put them in their place, bro. They don't deserve to be talking to us at all. The only reason they should be talking is because they just happen to be in the same vicinity as us, and that's it.
Yeah, this sort of game, if I was going to compare it to a boxing match, and anyone who's a boxing fan will know about this fight, it's Cotto versus Margarito, sorry.
Yes.
So remember in the first fight, Margarito took the padding out of his gloves and he just wrecked his face. That's what that first game felt like. Felt like Everton they were really, really dirty in the first game. I think Alan should have been sent off, but just got a yellow card for like 7 fouls. Obviously, the Pickford tackle, the Richarlison tackle, it was a nasty game of football to be involved in. And then, obviously, the rematch is now, and I think we have to approach it like Cotto approached that rematch. I don't think we can just go in there and just start slugging out and just want to knock them out. I think we have to go into this match and just be very, very calculated and play our game. It's not going to be easy against these guys because they're not going to come and look to attack, especially if Calvert-Lewin's not fit. If Calvert-Lewin's not fit, they're going to play 2 banks of 4 and probably, in fact, 1 bank of 4, 1 bank of 5, and then leave probably Richarlison up the field. So this is not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think we can go in there and just be like, we're going to tear these lot up. We're just going to go for it, go ham. We have to be very calculated. So I'm just going to read out a couple of these super chats. So Josh Harden, afternoon, guys. I've got a feeling Liverpool are going to go on a mad one and put Everton back in their place, especially after they derailed our season. I hope so. John Conway, good afternoon, Callum and Matt. Liverpool 2, Everton 1. Afternoon to yourself as well, John. Hope you're right. Yes, Everton have signed Josh King, as Matt's hairline just alluded to. He's another thing that we've got to watch out for. But we've played against Josh King many times, so it's not like he's an unknown quantity.
For
But I mean, Matt, how do you think we approach this game? Do we go attacking? How in your mind do you think we approach it?
We're at Anfield, so we got to set the stall out in it. And it's a thing where we got to set the tempo. We set the pace. We can't allow Everton. Do you know what it is? We have to come out swinging. I don't mean like reckless, but as you say, in a calculated way. Like going back to dare I say, even last season before that, where like teams knew what they were getting, but they just couldn't stop it anyway because we were just too good. I think we need to get back to kind of that mentality. And we showed some of that in the last game, obviously, away from home against Leipzig. And we've done a lot more pressing. I felt we've done a bit more pressing in that game. And dare I say it, in the Leicester game, even though we lost that game, the first like 60, 70 minutes, we were pressing them quite well. Like, we need to go back to that. And I think if we go and do that, then I think Everton will be in trouble. My only worry is that, let's say they like weather the storm and they get settled and they look for like that one counter attack or even like a set piece or something. Because we have to be careful. Even though like, you know, the hatred is there towards Everton, we can't dismiss them like they are literally nobodies. Like they haven't got players that can, you know what I mean, that can win a game. Let's be real.
Definitely.
As much as I hate Richarlison, he even scored like yesterday against Man City and he hasn't scored in time. So that's giving him confidence even though they lost. Digne is a very good cross of the ball, he is.
We found out in the first game. We found out he got the assist for Calvert-Lewin's equaliser, didn't he? So
there you go. So you have to be very, very careful. And this is where I say, whoever plays on the right side of that midfield has to help Trent, because we all kind of know when it comes to Trent, he gets a bit lazy and he almost says to the player, well, if you're going to cross it, you can cross it. Like, you look, you ain't going to. Trent's one of them ones where it's like, I can't book a chase you sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And I love Trent, but this ain't the game to be doing that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Got to put everything in.
But you got to be 100%. So we have to go guns blazing, Carl, because one thing I don't want us to do is we're very tentative at the start and maybe Everton get an early goal and then we got to chase the game. We shouldn't be chasing the game at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Indeed. Shout out to Redmen TV. Shout out to Ross, Paul, Chris, all the guys over there. Thank you very much for your support. Flintoff, set an offside trap. And no, I'm not going to read out the first sentence. As long as he's offside, it should be fine, shouldn't it? All right. I'm going to say it straight now. Like, Richarlison is someone I don't like as a player and I don't like as a person for what I see of him on the telly. But I'm not going to sit here and say I want to see him get injured. I'm not going to, like, I'd be lying if I said that's what I want. I don't want to see any player get injured. Like, I get there's anger towards him and I get the tackle he did. But really and truly, the only players who should have that in their mind is Thiago. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I want to see him get injured badly, because that would be me lying. And I don't like that sort of karma. I don't really want to wish that sort of karma on someone. Because God forbid that comes back on me one day, then I'm not going to be too happy about it. So I'm not going to entertain stuff like that. I don't think it's necessary. Not saying I'm like, if you were to say I want to see him have a stinker of a game, then I can do that. But I'm not going to sit here and say I want to see him get horrific injury or anything like that. No, I'm not going to do that. I don't think we should do that as a team. We're classier than that. We're classier. We are Liverpool. We are a classier team than that. And like Klopp is a classier manager. Like, our fans are classy. Like, let's not get dragged down to their level. There's a time and a place for it, and I don't think this is that time or place for it. So that being said, Richarlison's obviously a man that's going to be sort of in the headlines for the beginning of the game. There's no fans in the game, which I think will do Everton the world of good, if I'm going to be honest, because if we had fans there, man, I think it could have gone really hostile for those players.
Yes, agreed.
However, do you think that the lack of fans will actually help Everton, or do you not think it will matter too much?
I think it will help them, just like how it's to a degree helped a lot of teams this season. Like, let's be real. I said it already, that like we shouldn't really rely on fans to win games. But one thing I did say is obviously it's a miss. It is, because we are Liverpool and that, but we can't use that as an excuse. But I will say this: every opposition player always says the same thing. Like, when they play at Anfield, it's different. Like, when the crowd get onto you, it just makes you take maybe that heavier touch, or it just makes you take one more, second on the ball where you get caught in the ball. Dare I say it, the fans will probably raise the level of the players where they might get a bit more physical. Because here's the thing: Everton are going to get physical with us. Let's be real, because they know when it comes to football, they can't talk to us. Not me. The only team that can talk to us when it comes to football, in my opinion, is Man City. When we're talking pure football, like at its purest, Man City are the only team that can talk to us. Everyone else, they will try and mix it up or whatever. But especially like Everton, knowing that they're coming to Anfield, they will try their best to put in those hard challenges where I think we have to respond in the right way, as you said. If you're going to be aggressive, don't be aggressive for like just being aggressive sake and just like for example, I don't want to see Thiago like dish out a late one or someone and get a yellow, potentially a red, because he's thinking about the game that nearly finished his whole season. So we have to be smart. It will help Everton, though, I think so.
Yeah, indeed. Couple people asking about Jota. I don't think Jota's back for this game, from what I know.
So.
I think the earliest he's meant to be back is the second leg of the Leipzig. So I don't think he'll be back for the Everton game. If he is, then I'm over the moon. But I think it's a bit early. Ace in Industries, if Richarlison stole your apple juice, you'd say different. Yeah, that's different though. That's life and death.
Like, for real, that's not football. That's different. That's personal.
Yeah, if you steal my apple juice, then you gotta get the hands going, innit?
Trust me, it's personal.
MF, no worries. Carlo's a good friend of Klopp, so Carlo is going to secretly set up his team to lose to cheer Klopp up. Carlo may be a good friend, but Carlo's that friend that ain't gonna let you get anything for free either. So he ain't gonna give any. I think Carlo will set up very, very tactically strong to try and just stifle us. As he always does. The only time he's come to Anfield where he has not looked for anything better than a draw is when we played his Real Madrid team when they came to Anfield, and we were shocking that season, and Real Madrid were sort of at the peak of their powers. Apart from that, I don't see them go on, bro.
Was he the manager at Napoli when we played them that time when Alisson made that save?
Yeah.
He was in it. Yeah. So you can tell them two will really respect each other. There's no there's no hatred between the two of them at all.
How can you not respect Carlo though, isn't it?
Yeah, now Carlo, bro, he's one of the
for a reason.
He's the godfather.
He's the again. I'm saying this as a football fan and a Liverpool fan, but he's the only likable thing about Everton.
Yeah. No, for real. I respect him a lot. I've liked Carlo from way back.
I went on record when we had the chance to sign get Carlo or Klopp to replace Brendan. I went on record at the time and wanted Carlo ahead of Klopp.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying that still.
I did.
I think I remember you saying that.
Obviously, I've been proven wrong for it. But Carlo's a top manager, man. Top 100%. Manager.
Carlo's a don, bro. And if he didn't go Everton and Klopp left, maybe like 2-3 years from now, I would want him at us if he didn't go Everton. But he's kind of made that step now where you can't go to the other side, in my opinion. You just can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Another thing people are saying, so two things. So first and foremost, me and James won't be doing a watch along for this game. We've spoken off air and
wait a minute, what? You don't do the watch along now?
Bro, our record is atrocious from watch alongs, bro. Every watch along me and James have done, we've lost. Wow. And every time in that period since we did our first one, every time we've not done a watch along, we've won. So
do you know what? Well, listen, I'm probably not even I'm the only one. I know everyone in the chat is like this. That is everyone right now when they heard no watch along. They were like, yes! That's what I'm talking about. Joke.
John Conway, Callum, no watch along. I promise there's no watch along. Me and James will do a show of some sort though. We'll do some sort of show. Not around the game, but we'll do a show. If it's weekly or every 2 weeks, we'll do something. Another thing, Kabak, Matt.
I've seen it.
Hear me out. I'm going to jump to your defense here.
Okay.
What I will say is I do think you were a bit reactionary to his first performance. But at the same time, I don't think we can be reactionary to his last performance either. And as I said, I'm giving him a minimum of 5 games before I start really judging him. I think he deserves that. And what I will say is to everyone coming for you, I get why they're coming for you to an extent, but at the same time,
I understand it. I'll take it.
Let's not go overboard. He had a very good game, but in his first game, he wasn't I thought he was good in his first game. I thought he was great against Leipzig. He's 1-1 now, isn't it? One where he's shown that he might not work. One where he's shown he might work. So let's just wait until he's played out.
100. No, I agree. And this is one thing I will say as well for all the people that want to come at me about Kabak. This is one thing I will say. He's played 2 games. In the first game, And again, we can say that obviously it was his debut. He was nervous, fair enough, yeah. And he's only 20, he's young, and he's coming into a Liverpool team where you just want that player to be great, and it takes time in it. This is one thing I'll say about Kabak. From what I've seen of him, it's going to take a while, I think, until we see the best Kabak. And what worries me is that will he get the time? Because I do think with any defender, we all have a lot of defenders when they're young. Remember, you can go through patches where you have good games and go through patches where you have bad games. And it's just whether he will be strong enough. But I liked what I saw from him in the Leipzig game, and I will say that. And maybe I was a little bit reactionary, but I'm still saying this, though. I'm going to give Kabak, obviously, until the end of the season. But again, I'm not going to change my mind on just things that I saw in that game. And that doesn't mean to say that I think that he's a bad player. Remember, I not once said Kabak is trashy. I just said I'm not too sure whether he's going to be the long-term solution. Remember, people, those are my exact words. So it remains to be seen. I'm behind Kabak anyway. Oh, listen, anyone that puts on that Liverpool shirt, bro, I'm behind them, unless you are Adrian. Unless you're Adrian, but because you need to just stay in the basement or just get out of it. Well, no disrespect to Adrian, because he done his thing in that shootout, but since then he just hasn't cut the muscle. Let's be real. But I'll say this again, one more time. I'm behind Kabak. I want him to do well, but I can't help but be concerned on whether he's the solution long term. But we will find out, people. Trust me.
Yeah. He's our centre back.
Kabak.
LSC Aaron, I bet Sean Dyche was really excited watching Kabak against Leipzig. You'd have been able to hang a wet towel off it. Put it that way. I said a wet towel, you know. And so Sean's got the strong Dyche, basically.
Oh, man.
I don't even know where I go from that, I'll be honest. So let's get into potential lineups then, man.
Interesting.
In fact, let's do lineups. So obviously goalkeeper picks itself, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm not. Listen, I know Ali had that shaky kind of period, but I still think Ali will even get back to his best. And even in the last game, Ali had a decent game last game. Do you know what I mean? So it has to be Ali in goal. I don't care. Has to be.
Yeah. This comment here should make you a little happy.
You know what? I'll wait and see what happens, innit? Let's wait and see.
You're playing it humble, bro. I know how you really feel.
Let's just wait. Because let's wait and see, bro. Because listen, I've heard a few times he's close.
And he plays sick. I'm gonna be happy, but I'm gonna mute your number because I know I'm never gonna hear the end of it. I'm gonna mute your number.
If he has a blinder, just know I'm calling you straight away. Like you.
I know you are.
Gosh. Yeah, defense. So, all right, Trent and Robert at fullbacks.
Yeah.
This is where it gets tricky again. We haven't seen enough of Davis. We haven't seen anything from Davis.
We haven't seen anything.
I just changed it. Yeah, no, we haven't seen anything. No, we haven't seen anything. I wouldn't throw him in for this game. So, in my opinion, you kind of have to go with the two players that played in the last game, and that's Kabak and Henderson, because we've got nothing else. We can't throw in my man yet. Not in a game like this.
All right.
I don't think you can, Cal.
All right. What you're saying is fully logical, man.
Unless you want to play Nat Phillips.
All right. So this is my thinking now. I would go with Kabak and Nat.
Kabak has to play.
The reason why I go Kabak and Nat, and I know it's a risk, but if Richarlison's their lone striker and Calvert-Lewin isn't available, I think those two can handle Richarlison. And the reason I say that is I saw Fulham outplay Everton quite easily with those players. Now, also, this leads into my midfield. So I'll quickly go midfield because of how I structure my defense. I would go Henderson, Thiago, and Genie. Would I actually? I'm going to throw a curveball. I would go Henderson, Genie, and Jones.
This is what I was going to say. See, all right.
And sorry to cut you real quick, man. Sorry to cut you. The reason why I do that and I wouldn't play Henderson in centre back. I play Henderson as a right-sided central midfielder to help Trent negate the threat.
Yeah.
Luca D.
I hear that.
That's why I'll do it. Shout out to Caroline for becoming a YouTube member. If you guys want to become a member, then click the link in the description. Please do. Please do.
See, it's risky playing Nat Phillips and Kabak though. That's the only thing. It's like, it put it like this year. It's one of those ones where it's either going to work and it's going to be amazing, or we're going to go, oh my days, this is what we didn't want. It's like, and it's just a game to kind of try it out. That's what I'm worried about, Cal. Because here's the thing. Even though they've got no Calvert-Lewin player, I can't sit here and act like Richarlison, in my opinion, I still think he's a good player, bro. And he's got feet. You know? Richarlison's got a bit of feet. And he's got a decent shot on him. So for me, I'm still going to stick with Henderson and Kabak, because I think Henderson's been absolutely sensational at centre back. Like, he's been absolutely ridiculous, bro. And then in midfield, I would go Wijnaldum, Jones, and Thiago, and I'd have Wijnaldum. The only problem with this though is that mine's going to be a bit more expansive, because by playing Genie as the 6, Jones would have to do a lot of tracking back, because I don't know if Thiago has got the legs to do what Jones does, in a sense of going up and down like that.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm asking Jones to do the role that Henderson will be doing, and I don't know whether that's fair on Jones, because you kind of want him to express himself, right?
So I'm not laughing. Look at this. It's so much crazy.
Oi, Sean Dyche, big up for watching the show, bro.
Hello, lads. Here to pick up nap before the game on Saturday, if that's all right. Do you know what? We've got the best community in the world, you know. We really
Trust
have.
me,
you guys do, bro. Love you guys to bits, man.
We do, man.
LFC Aaron, looks like we dodged a bullet with DIC. The bloke seems like a piece of work. You're gonna have to educate me on that one. I'm not too sure. The potential owners.
Oh, swear down. What
I'm not too sure. So yeah, let me know if you can, please, guys. What that's relating to. It doesn't have to be a super chat, LFC Aaron. But yeah, no, you guys are the absolute best. Yeah, again, another reason I was thinking to leave Thiago out as well, Matt, is because if we're in a position where we're lacking a goal, or we need a goal in, say, the last 20 minutes, Thiago's a player I think that could come on and make that happen. But also, because it's such a physical game and how I see Everton going out to play, he's a player that I think they'll go in really hard on him, and I don't want to see him pick up another injury. Plus, there's a part of him that could be thinking, you know what? You see Richarlison, try to get me in the last game. I might leave one on him, and I don't want him to do that and get, you know, a red card potentially. Because I think whoever referees this game is going to be so under the microscope that I think they're going to be very card happy potentially.
I think so. I think you're right. No, the Thiago thing's a good shout.
Yeah. I think the first bad tackle is going to get a yellow card this game. I don't think the referee will let anything go. Especially
what happened in the previous game. You're right as to why they're going to take it. The thing is, with Thiago, even now that you said that, I'm a bit worried that they might pinpoint him and go, well, he's kind of like the conductor. If we just like take him out, so to speak, go and leave one on him. You know, them ones there were like, just leave one on him a bit. Like, I don't want to see that at all, bro. But that's the type of thing everyone will do, because listen, man, it's a derby, and we know how they like to play. That's the only way, in my opinion, that they can actually get at us, is when they get mad aggressive and try and put us off our game.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with mine, though, because I feel a little bit more secure, personally, with Henderson and Kabak at the back, knowing that they've played now 2 games. This will be their 3rd game, innit? Their 3rd game now. So, so I'll go with them too.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It is a tough one. And again, what you're saying, I can't sit here and say what you're saying is a ludicrous thing to say. It's just, I'm just being greedy. I just want to see Hendo back in midfield now.
Same.
But what you're saying is, Demo.
I know. Yo, Demo, I'll be real with you. See that Phillips, I'll be real with you. before the season started, and I saw Nat Phillips even close to our squad. In my brain, I was thinking Nat Phillips should have went out last season. We tried to get rid of him. He's not good enough. But I'll be real with you, Demo. Since he's played, he's only really had one dodgy moment, and he had nothing to do with a goal. It's when he gave man a spear off the pitch, innit? When he speared man. And I thought, Nat is a warrior, you know. But all jokes aside, I just think in certain games you could probably get away with Phillips. But maybe you're right. Maybe this is the game to play him, because if it's a physical game, this is his bread and butter. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know what, Demo? All right, Demo, you know what? Demo, you've changed my mind, because this is going to be mad physical. So, yeah, do you know what? All right, I'll give you that, Demo. Nat Phillips and Kabak. That's right. I'll take all the slack, because I'm putting trust in Kabak, because even though I've said after one game, is he the answer? And I obviously one was giving bare smoke and bare fire. I can still admit and go, well, do you know what? Kabak had a really good game. Maybe it was just the nerves. Maybe it was literally just, I'm 20 years old, I'm coming to Liverpool, and this is a lot for me to take in such a big game. So I can I can hold my hands up in it and be like, Raj, you know what? I'm behind Kabak. So Kabak and Phillips, yeah. And then Cal, we'll go with your midfield. You've changed my mind. You might have changed my mind still. You might have changed my mind. Whether Klopp does it or not, though, that's another thing. And this is the thing. It's like whether he would do that. Will he take that risk in such a big game?
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
LFC Aaron about DIC, about him keeping his daughter prisoner. I had no idea about that. If that's the case, then that's mad. That is mad.
Well, who's this?
This is apparently the DIC consortium. If that is the case, then that's not really something I want associated with Liverpool.
Flipping out. Well, so what are you saying? If their man were in charge and I went Anfield, I might not come back. Allow it. About sir, would you like to go and see Virgil van Dijk? He's just over there training.
Yeah.
And then all you hear is the gate closed, not even the door, a gate.
Yeah. Nah, forget that. Demo. Nat was brilliant on his debut versus Everton when the kids knocked them out with Curtis Jones banger. He got called from loan and just bullied Carlo and Richarlison. He's got a point, but and you know what? I got to echo something that Chris Pajak said on Redmen TV. He said there's a reason we bought two centre-backs got two centre-backs in January, knowing that Nat Phillips was already here. He doesn't seem to trust him for whatever reason. It's not something I agree with, but then again, I don't watch training. I don't see what Klopp sees every day. So I can't sit here and be like, I know more than Klopp.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I'd start Nat. And again, it's just Everton a really physical team. They've got some really tall players and they're dangerous from set pieces. And Nat is a player that can help negate that threat as well. Because I do think they'll play for set pieces and corners. But again, if Klopp says he doesn't want it, then can't really argue with him, man.
Do you know what I think he put? See, even though I reckon Klopp would maybe play Henderson at the back, I think he mainly plays in there for the leadership and being vocal. Because you know what worries me? Even though, again, I'm going back to, obviously I've changed my mind and put Phillips and Kabak at the back. You just kind of worry that will there be a lot of communication? Remember, Kabak just come over to, I know Kabak can speak English, but I don't know. I've never watched Phillips hard enough. Is he a leader? Because wherever Henderson plays, he's always going to be a leader because he's just got that in him. But can you see Phillips doing that? Because I'm worried that they kind of will do their own thing a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
True.
So,
Josh Hardin said he sent his own daughter to the base, but let's not make too many jokes about that though.
Yeah, for real, it's kind of peak. I see the comments and everyone's really ghosting Davis. No, John, it is with Davis. Man got injured after one session, I think.
I don't know if he's really fit. I don't know
fit. Yeah, and I don't know. We won't see the press conference. I'm guessing. Is it tomorrow? The press conference?
I believe
so we won't know. Won't know more till then. Still.
And again, I know a couple of people are like, "How can you think of dropping Thiago?" Look, if it's just based on talent and footballing ability, Thiago starts for us every single week. I'm just looking at this as an individual game and how I think we can navigate through this game. I'm not saying to drop Thiago. I'm saying I think we should start Jones, who, in my opinion, was our best midfielder at the game against Leipzig.
Yeah.
Is at the moment, if Fabinho's not available, is our best holding player for what I want from this game. And I want Henderson to cover Trent, because Trent's going to be up against it with whoever they play on the left side of midfield and whoever and Luca Digne, who's their outlet when it comes to crossing. I just want that side to just be shut off, and Henderson's, in my opinion, the man to do it. Hence why I wouldn't start Thiago in this game. But it's all about opinions, people. It's all about opinions. All about opinions. Here's another thing. So if Fab is fit, does Hendo in midfield instead of Jones possibly? If Fab's fit, does he go centre back or does he go in midfield?
This is the tough one. If he goes midfield, I would actually drop Wijnaldum. You know, do you know that? I'd drop Wijnaldum. If he was to bring him in, midfield, I'd want Fabinho, Henderson, and Jones, because I think Fabinho and Henderson just breaking up play, Henderson's energy, and Jones can be the one to kind of, you know what I mean, try and make something happen. Because I think Wijnaldum's a little tired, and that's got you're right. Actually, he's knackered, fam. He's knackered. So, but again, I like the idea. People gonna think I'm mad. I like the idea of Fabinho at centre back. He gives me that security, bro. Fabinho next to Kabak at centre back and just frees at Henderson even more. But again, if we really want to do some damage or whatever, and as you said, Cal, cut it off from the source, then maybe go Fab straight into midfield. But again, we have to be careful with Fab, because you want to know something, Cal? He's picking up quite a few injuries, you know, especially over the last 12 months. He's picking up a few, so we have to be careful with Fab. We have to be. Yeah,
no, I fully agree. So. It's a tough one, because obviously you just want to throw these players in because let's be real, Fab's our best defensive midfielder, but we've got to think about the season as well, and like it's not just about one game. We have to think about the rest of the season. So yeah, the injuries is a good shout, Matt. It is a good shout. You have to be very careful in this game. We'll see. Ben Me as well now in the chat.
Ben Me, you know. I know last one misses a job for you. The Burnley Brigade. They are out.
Kop-Ish community.
Trust me.
Undefeated. All right. Up top then, Matt. Who starts up top?
For me, I think it kind of picks itself, you know. I really do. The front three have looked a little bit better in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Salah and Mane both scored in the last game. And even though they were both from mistakes from Leipzig, but they still scored. And I think Firmino's a hard one, because you see what Firmino done against Leicester with that back heel flick, yeah? No one else in our team is doing that. I'll be honest with you. Not like that invention on the spot to have the mind, like the mind has to be so quick to even think about doing that. And it's things like that. Anymore,
is it?
No, you're right. But that was an assist, though. It wasn't just like a flick for no reason. He actually got the assist.
I know.
I mean, all right. Do you know what? If you really want to push Everton back, if Drift was here, he would say start Origi, and I'd have no problem starting Origi. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, do you know what? How did you think Firmino played against the other night? Like, how did you think he played?
I thought he was just good. I think I gave him a 7 as a 6.5. I think I gave him a 7 as a rating. I thought he was. Okay. Yeah, I thought he was just good.
Yeah.
But like, there was that chance where he kicked the floor instead of kicking the ball, and
I know.
Like, he did have a goal chalked off that could have arguably been given, but there wasn't enough of a threat for me. Like, and again, it's not even about him being a 6-yard striker. Even when he's outside the box, he's shooting when you can. You're not really doing that either.
Yeah.
Like, his passing sometimes, it's the weight of pass as well. Like, there'd be times where we're on the break and you got to pass it to Salah or Mane, and you pass it slightly behind them. They've got to stop in their tracks and then control it, and you lose the momentum of the play. So it's like it's difficult. But again, as you said, because in that Leicester game, when me and James were doing a watch along, I was just like, yeah, get him off. I'm really peed off of him. And James was like, no, he's going to do something in this game. And I was like, no, he's not. And then he did the assist, and I'm like, this is what he can do, but he just doesn't do it regularly enough.
Regularly, yeah. So what we're saying then, maybe start Divock. The thing is with Divock though, Divock was in. Divock only just came back onto the bench the other night. He was injured before. Hopefully he's fully fit. Listen, if Jota was fit, I would have said Jota all day. I think we all would. Whether Jota starts on the
So if Jota was fit, I think Jota would have been in a regular starter now.
Same. And I don't know whether he would have been on the left or through the middle, but he would have just started. I don't think it really matters with Jota. He's that sick. I don't think he minds where he plays. See, people are saying Divock is here just for, to make up the numbers. He's here for vibes. But
he's just here for vibes,
He's here for vibes. But he has scored. He does like to play against Everton. He does. He really does. So I don't know, Cal. What are you saying? Because we already know Mane and Salah are 30. They're certified. I'm
gonna be real with you. I just don't trust Origi. I don't trust him. And I know Drifty's. I know I'm gonna hear from Drifty after he sees.
Don't trust him.
But yeah, I just.
Do you know what it is? I think things could have went very different for Divock Origi when he started that game and he hit crossbar. I think or the post. Sorry, remember that 1-on-1, and he should have. But I think from then. I think everyone's just like, he had one thing to do. He was 1-on-1. And what's so mad is that normally it's very rare that we see a striker that gets a 1-on-1 like that as clear as day. Yeah. And everyone says, and especially Drift always says Origi's the better finisher. But Origi couldn't finish that. So
and that's why I say I can't sit here and say I trust him.
Well, it's either that or you try something mad and do like Shaqiri as the one behind the two, but I don't see Shaq. Is Shaq even fit actually?
No, he came off the bench.
Oh yeah. So that means by default it's got to be Firmino then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's got to be by default, unless you again, people. This is not even me coming for Divock Origi, but he's flattered to deceive in certain games, but then so was Bobby. The only difference is that Bobby can still come up with something great like the fit the other night, whereas with Divock Origi, if he doesn't score, as we've always said, what does he do? But maybe he needs to run a games though. He needs to run a games though. I will say that it can't just be 5 minutes every. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say I'd like to see Origi start this. That's something different. I don't trust him, but at the same time, right now, Bobby's straining my trust at the moment. I'm not gonna lie.
It's waning. The trust is waning still.
He keeps going out saying he's gonna be back at a certain time, and he doesn't come back for days, bro. So it's
don't give me joking. He said I might as well make a diss track for Origi at this point.
Oh boy, Monster Ahmed. New players that come in need to have a pre-season. They will not be able to hack the training and intensity. Look how many players were injured when Klopp came in. I think that's why Klopp does favour getting players in early in transfer windows. I think it's no secret. It is no secret. Do you know what? I would start I'd start Origi. I don't think Klopp will, but I'd start Origi. The only problem is if we need a goal, we've literally got no one on the bench who can come on and get us a goal. Because I'm not trusting Firmino to come off the bench.
No, but I think that's a bit harsh. You want to know why? When Firmino was his old self, dare I say it, remember the Champions League game against PSG? Who come off the bench, Cal?
Bro, that was 2018, bro.
It was only... Oh, shoot. That's 3 years ago, isn't it? Damn.
I can't have the smoke for Origi when I say, look, when he scored the Champions League final, that was 2019, but stick up for Bobby and use facts from 2018. It's not fair,
Jordan is, even though Bobby, this is the thing about Bobby, we can't act like he's all of a sudden he's just dead. Like he's not dead.
No, he's not dead, but he's not been good enough.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I think he's still got quality where he can still come on and do something, whether that's a goal or an assist. I think we're being a little bit too harsh. Personally, I think we are though. Bro, if Origi starts the game, which I have no problems with, yeah, I don't think we should be going, oh no, Firmino's coming on like he can't do nothing. Like, come on, man. He's still a quality player. It's just that I think.
Fair enough. All right, Matt, I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to answer me honestly. You see, when we were drawing with Burnley 0-0, Origi missed a chance, and then Origi's number got held up on the substitute board, and it was Firmino coming on. Did you think Firmino would get a goal in that game? I'm asking you honestly. Do you think you'd have got a goal?
You can't put me in a spot. Let's move.
I'm Bobby's biggest fan. You know.
No, you're right. You're right. I didn't. When I saw the number for Origi, I already knew it was Firmino. I just went, oh, for peace sake, man, you're bringing a Bobby for. But again, I think that was more to do with. That was harsh, I think, on Origi a little bit, because even though we all said he should have scored, it was like, oh, he missed a chance, so he comes off. Whereas we've seen it before, Cal. Salah and Mane can miss a bag of chances. They will never come off the pitch unless we've got a Jota or unless Klopp feels they're so tired that he's running risk of them getting injured. And it's because they've got credit in the bank. It's because Origi doesn't have the same amount of credit in the bank, innit?
Yeah, but you can't build up credit. You can't build up credit without getting a job, bro. And he needs a job.
What we saying? Origi's just got bare loans.
Yeah, he's just Wonga at the moment, isn't it? He's just Wonga loans at the moment.
Oh, bro. Yeah, but boy, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
No, but let's start Origi. Let's make a decision. Let's start Origi, and do you know what, Carl? Let's have some faith in Bobby that he might be able to do something. It's either going to be either or. Whether we pick him or not, it's either going to be
Firmino. It's going to be Firmino.
It's going to be Firmino.
I think it should be Origi for this game, personally.
Do you know what I'm thinking as well? Just cut you quickly. Origi, in my opinion, should get at least 3 to 4 games in a row to see what he can actually do. That's one thing I will say, because Origi is the type of player that can score in a goal against Everton, and we all go, "This is what I'm talking about," and he won't start the next game, and it's like you just be the man just pressed the reset button. So
agree.
Yeah,
agree. Ace Industries, Genie or Firmino plays centre back, then it's settled now. Do you know, I wouldn't even trust Bobby there, because he will try and do flicks and tricks and balls
around the corner over someone's head top.
Yeah,
centre back.
Him and Alisson at the moment playing goalkeeper and centre back. That would be vibes at the moment.
That would serious vibes. And Chandra playing wing back. Just too much vibes. Too much.
Nah, it would be. All right, score prediction, Matt.
We're winning this game. I'm confident this time. Like, I feel. I'm not going to get. I spoke to Jeff yesterday. Yeah, I said to him, Leipzig isn't going to get me carried away with that win. But one thing it is going to do is make me feel a little bit better that hopefully this can now turn our season. Because every time we win a game, we think, oh, we're going to go on like a 5-6 game winning streak. But it hasn't happened, Cal. We've got like 2 or something, and then the walls fall off again. So I'm going to go and say Liverpool. It's either going to be 2 or 3-1. I think 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1.
I'm going to go 2-0, Matt. I think without Calvert-Lewin, I think they struggle to score goals. The only way I see them getting goals in this game is through set pieces. And I don't think we'll give away a lot.
Yeah.
I think we'll find it difficult to break them down, but I think we will break them down. I think we'll find a way.
We'll always find a way. I think with our players at our disposal, they're so good. Whether we carve them open like every second, no, because it's a derby. But I think we will still get some good chances. And I'm going to say Salah scores. Salah scores in this game as well. I'm hearing
conflicts. So apparently Carlos said that Calvert-Lewin is back for the game.
Oh, what a surprise! See, that changes everything in my opinion. You know.
Yeah.
In terms of how you line up at the back, because Calvert-Lewin can run. Like, he will just run around all day. And just keep shoulder barging, man, and just be a nuisance.
I'm still going to go 2-1 now.
Yeah, same. I'm still sticking to 2-1. I
Sorry,
just think we have to be careful.
I'm going to straight say 2-0. So I'm still going to go 2-0.
Okay.
So we'll see. Just on the Origi thing, really quick, Matt.
Yeah.
Let's say Origi does start and he has a stinker of a game. Would you still start in the next game?
Yeah, I would. Actually, because we're never going to get out of this whole, if he has a stinker, we just like alienate him for how many games and then bring him back again after. Do you know what I mean? There has to come a point where Klopp goes, let me give him a run of games. If he has a stinker, let's see if he can turn it around. Because I'll be real. He's done and again, we've had a couple of players, whether it's over the last couple of years, that may have had that one stinker and they will play the next game. Like some of you in the chat might say, oh, G didn't do nothing today. He was shocking. And he plays the next game and he has a good game. And it's like, because he's had a chance to rectify that. He's a human being at the end of the day. And I just think Klopp has to kind of give him, a bit more of a chance. Like, because I feel bad for him. All jokes aside, I feel bad for him, man. Because if he has a good game and he scores, he gets dropped. If he has a bad game, we don't see him for time.
It's true.
Would you start him if he had a stinker the next game?
I don't know.
But why though? Why would you not think maybe first game back?
Shall I tell you what is with Origi? And this is what gets Bobby out of jail a lot of the time, is the fact that he's better on the ball and his overall football is better than Origi's. Dare I say, if Origi plays and doesn't score, doesn't really do much otherwise. And that's the problem Origi's got. Hence why when he plays, he almost kind of has to score. And I know it sounds silly and a lot of pressure put on him, but when you're just an out-and-out striker, that's what you're going to get judged on. It's not like a Kane, for example, who Kane could go maybe 3 games without getting a goal because you know he's going to get you probably 5 assists in that period.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
If Origi plays 3 games in a row and gets no goals, I can almost put my house on it that he would get no assists. And he wouldn't do anything in the game that's really affected the game.
Do you know what's so mad? The last time I remember Origi really, really having a good game, I think it was the first game of the 1920 season where he played on the left, if I'm not mistaken, Cal.
He played against Norwich.
Yeah. He had a decent game that game. And I don't know. Do you know what it is with Origi? The best of he's like an anomaly. Like, he's just a weird, when I say weird, like he's a hard character to predict what he's going to do. Is he going to have a good game? Is he going to have a bad game? And as you said, if he doesn't get a goal, is he going to get an assist? He's more than capable. I know he's not as good on the eye as a Bobby Firmino, but we can't act like he's not quick. He can press when he wants to. He's actually got good technical ability. But again, it's how often do we see it? That's the problem.
Yeah. Danny, I wish I could even agree with this, but the beard still ain't even here. So
massive sacrifice.
The beard's still not here.
No sacrifice, no victory. You know.
Here's a good one. Shout out to Scoop on football. So perhaps Klopp doesn't want to play Origi because the amount of turnovers with Salah and Mane in tandem would be ridiculous, and would be in a bit ridiculous amount. None of them are safe hands in possession. That's
very good shout. That is a very good shout. Do you know what, Scoop? That is a really good shout because they do lose the ball a lot, especially Salah and Mane. Like, there'll be a time when, like, I don't even know, like, someone gives them the ball and within one touch they've lost it, or they'll try and take a man on and they've lost the ball. And again, it happens because when you're that attacking, you've got to make things happen, innit? But you're right, Firmino's always going to be that safety blanket.
All right, we say that though, but again, Jose's kind of right when he says Firmino loses the ball a lot though.
But does he do it more than Salah and Mane? I think that's what that's what Scoop is saying.
Matt, there's only one way to find out, and I'm gonna have a little look on the stats to see if I can find out.
I will be shocked if he does. And if he has, it will only be for this season because I think this is the sloppiest we've seen Firmino.
Yeah.
Firmino,
but if we're basing it on this season, then it's a conversation to be had because if we're losing the ball a lot through our front three, like you'd more expect it from Mane and Salah because they're your goal scorers and plus they're the main dribblers in the team.
Yeah.
But if Firmino's doing it, then we're in a bit of a pickle because Origi, he's a player that's not going to really look to get the ball and play fancy tricks and flicks, and his first thing when he gets on the ball is, where's the goal? I'm going to try and get towards the goal as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
All right, so just brought it up now. So let me go to offensive.
Few people in the chat saying Origi looks disinterested. He probably is, because he's not getting no game time. He's probably thinking, I signed a new deal last year, and look what's happened to him.
All right, so bad control per game. Salah's got 3.4. Mane's got 2.8 and Bobby's got 2.4, so he wins on that. And then dispossessed per game, Mane 2.2, Salah 2.3, Bobby only 1.1. 1.2, sorry. So
told you, bro. It may look like that in certain games, but when it comes to taking care of the ball, Firmino's the safer one with the ball. The other two, again, they're gonna try more take-ons as well. So it's.
I was just gonna say, Mane, when it comes to dribbling, dribbles per game is Mane with 2.5. Salah's on 1.1. Bobby's actually on 1.5, so he's higher than Salah.
For that,
that shocks me.
Raw. That's kind of mad still.
That has shocked me. This is another shocking one here. So passing success percentage, Mane's 77%, Salah's 84.6, Bobby's 80.9, so 81% basically.
So Salah's actually the best passer out of all three of them, but the safer passer.
It's mad, isn't it?
Wow, that is kind of mad still. But Salah's passing is good though. Let's not sleep like it. But I just think you would have thought Bobby passing. See, that's mad, because if this was like last year before, I would have said surely it would have been Firmino at the top for when it comes to passing.
Yeah. That's kind of thrown up things into the air, really. That's kind of mad. Like those.
So we're saying Salah changed up his game.
Well, yeah, he has. He definitely has since his first season.
Yeah. Some people say since the dislocated shoulder, he hasn't been the same.
No, I don't think he has, but I think this season he's showing just how clinical he can be. But at the same time, you can look back at the Brighton game, for example, and be like, he missed that one-on-one chance the first couple of minutes. So it's all over the place with all three of them.
Yeah.
Salah's been the most consistent easily out of all three of them.
All three. Salah, someone made a good point. Salah only dribbled in 17-18. No, I still thought he dribbled. I think he dribbled less, but obviously following season. But first season, he was a dribble. He was just gonna. And John is. No one really knew how to play him.
They didn't double up on him.
They didn't know how. Remember when he used to tear apart Watford? Like, bro.
When he sat,
getting 4 goals.
Who did he sit on his bum? Was it?
It
might have been Hollebass.
Yeah, no. Was it Hollebass?
I think it might have been Hollebass. Yeah,
I think Watford.
Yeah, he did them bad because they used to play with each other. Even the Roma game, the first leg of the Roma game, he gave their left back a horrible time.
Yeah, bruv.
He gave him a horrible time.
Look what Salah did to who did he really sit down? Not the Man City game. I'm trying to think. He cut inside and he done someone horribly. I'm trying to remember. Someone just put Mariappa.
No, he did Mariappa in a separate game.
Is that a different one? Yeah. It might have been Hollebass, That I think there might have been 2 different games still.
Yeah, it was.
Because he was killing them still. I can't even lie.
Scoop on football. If you take away Salah's performance versus Leeds 7 dribbles, he'd be way below 1.1 dribbles per game. It's like we have Inzaghi on the wings. I'll speak on this tomorrow if you want me to. Hey, rival watch.
Inzaghi on the wing,
All right, so here's the thing, though. In that Leeds game, if you remember how Leeds set up, they were very much a case of 1v1 all over the pitch, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why Salah could do it. Even Mane, you saw Mane. Look when Mane took their right back all the way to stood him up.
David Luiz. So let's cut you, Cal. David Luiz. That's the game I was thinking of. The Arsenal where he sat man down.
So yeah. Salah just quality, man. We can't lose.
He is, bro. We can't lose him. Like, Salah is the truth, bro.
Can't lose him, man.
Trust.
So I'm gonna wrap up there. Matt, anything you want to say before we take it away?
We got to win this game. I know we said that in every single preview, but we got to beat Everton. We need to get revenge, man. We have to. And again, I am bigging up Kabak. I wanted to put in a performance.
Kabak.
Trust me. Kabak. So yeah, man. We move.
Seen. We do indeed. But guys, we're going to be back with you guys tomorrow evening for Rival Watch from 7 o'clock. So make sure you tune in for that, where you guys will get to call in as well. So it'll be all fun and games for that. Do follow us on social media. So we're on all the platforms. So make sure you follow us on social media. Switch on notifications if you haven't already. Smash the like button before you guys go as well. Got almost 500 of you here. So let's get up to 400 likes. And guys, thank you for Sean Dykes for making an appearance today along with Ben Mee in the chat. Really appreciate
that, guys.
But yeah, until we see you again tomorrow, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we out, people. Take care.
Come back.